Hey, what up YouTube? All right, today I'm going to be talking a lot about the habits of the 1% and the three main parts of this.
First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one.
While America's infrastructure.
We fought for moral reasons. We stood up for what was right.
This nation will rise up.
Let's just dive right in. Right, first, something that the 1% have, some more than others, but they all have some sense of vision. So grab your notebook, right? If you want to learn about this. If not, don't watch my channel. But for anyone who wants to learn how to really go above and beyond in life, I mean, this is the framework. It's out in the open, right? So you got vision, right? There's an old phrase, and it's without vision, the people will perish. And that is incredibly true, because if you don't know where you're going, well, how the hell are you going to get there? Like, common sense. But what does a vision actually look like? Well, one would be, do you have a general map of your goals, your dreams, like a general vision document written somewhere? A simple way to do that would be write out, what do you want in your life over the next 6 months, 2 years, 5 years. So all people in the 1%, a habit they have is looking at the vision. It's not just the main one time I look at my vision. It's a every week, every month thing. You're constantly going back to it. When was the last time you looked at your vision? Or when was the last time you went through and you rewrote out your vision? Or I just did it this past Sunday, and it was game changing, right? I'm now even more aware of what I need to do in my timelines and everything. So you got vision, right? Start with that. Next, what else do the 1% do? Right? They have something called vocabulary. I don't just mean knowing a lot of words. I know a lot of broke people who know a lot of words. There's a specific vocabulary that is how you can understand how to make money and how to have a business, understand how to do that in the context of reality, so you're actually providing real value. That is what the 1% understand, right? For example, I work with a lot of people that claim that they're like, oh, I want to become a millionaire. Well, let's think about this. How are you defining the word millionaire? Is that you have $1 million net worth? Is that you just made $1 million? Because you could spend $2 million and make $1 million, right? So that's vocabulary. But I mean vocabulary on a quick, automatic, unconscious level. Do you understand how things work? Do you understand not just how an LLC is or the difference between an LLC and an S Corp? Do you also understand what then is a trust or a private family office, right? That's all vocabulary that you really ought to know, especially if you want to be at these top levels, such as the 1% or the 1% of the 1%, right? So that's vocabulary. Now I'll give you the overview and then I'll explain how these all fit together. So third, this is how you bring it all together. This is discipline, right? So vocabulary is more, so vision is the big picture. Vocabulary is more the how, right? How do you take the big picture and then link it into today? And then discipline, this is what the 1% do better than anyone else. Well, to an extent, right? They apply discipline in the right ways. Because I also know people who, let's say they're a janitor, right? Or a teacher or something like that. And there's nothing inherently wrong with those professions, but does a janitor really want to be a janitor, or does the janitor wish that they could, run a business and, take vacations and stuff like that? Because you can be the most disciplined janitor. You show up every day and you clean, right? And you clean and you clean and you're great at it. And you work 50-hour weeks. It doesn't mean that you're going to be in the 1%, right? But you look at someone like Elon Musk. He works 80-hour weeks, right? And he is quoted saying, work hard every waking hour. Work hard every waking hour. Why would he say that? Well, one, does he actually do that? I don't know, right? Maybe he's saying that to throw his competitors off. But two is, I know he does work hard, right? That guy works very hard. And he runs 3 businesses. Well, probably way more than that, but 3 main ones that everyone knows. And this discipline is something that if you don't have it, discipline means, do you wake up, right? Do you do the right things every single day? Apologies for the puppy. She's getting trained right now. Do you wake up every single day and do you know what you're doing? Do you have a part of your day, a time of your day, where you're actually applying yourself in what you need to do to actually move everything forward, right? Do you make consistent time to check your vision? Do you make consistent time to build your vocabulary? To even understand what vocabulary you need to know? Because depending on your type of business or your kind of work, or the different habits or the different skills you need to acquire, that's vocabulary, right? But do you do that consistently? Because anyone who's out there, right? This is how it all starts fitting together now. Anyone who's out there claiming that they can help you do a giant leap rapidly, or like a quantum leap. You know, you hear that phrase, quantum leap. I'm going to help you just jump to that next level or whatever. Or that someone's wanting that. They're looking for that big breakthrough, right? Just hoping that something aligns, the stars align, you get that big breakthrough. That's not an effective way of thinking. Rather, because, I mean, look at any experience of success, like what I've noticed within myself, because I was always looking for that one thing that was the breakthrough. In reality, when I look back on the past 3 to 4 years, it's like you're pushing a giant boulder, right? And you're pushing it near the edge, and you keep pushing and pushing, but you have to push it a ton of times, right? There's different terrain and there's different situations that come up where sometimes one push moves it further. Sometimes one push doesn't move it or actually rolls back a little bit, but you just keep pushing and you keep pushing, right? And this whole idea of, oh no, you just attract it, you just pull it into your life. That's someone selling you a book or some audio on that. Like, that's not actually how things work, right? You can resonate with something, that's for sure, but this idea of, oh, I just bring things to me, it's not how it works, right? You have to go out there and create it. You have to go make it happen. You're a creator, not an attractor, right? And you can use attraction, you can use different things to then pull people to you. And so this discipline is that every day you trust yourself to be pushing that boulder, right? You can pretend all day long like you're attracting stuff into your life, but in reality, it's you moving things forward. And so if you aren't doing that, right, how's it going to move forward? Right? You could put yourself in a position where you have a system that's then helping you push things forward, because you shouldn't do it all on your own. And that's also what the 1%, I'm adding that bonus tip, right? See that? Systems. That's also what the 1% understand, is how to create a system to then leverage your time and what you're able to do. So then you put in, 1 unit of effort, and instead of getting 1 unit out on the other end, you get 10 or 100 or 1,000. Right? But that comes from all of these skills, right? The vocabulary of, like, how do you persuade people? How do you build a team? So let's do this. Let's do a little assessment, right? Grab a notebook or make a note on your phone, and let's look at 1 to 10 first. We're going to look at each of these. Right, 1 to 10, your self-honesty. Be honest with yourself. How clear are you on your vision? 1 to 10. Right now, 1 to 10, how effective is your vocabulary at what you want out of your life? Let's say you want to run a business. Do you even know how to set that up? Do you know what an effective business is? There's a reason that 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. Because people don't have the vocabulary. They just get sold on this idea of start a business from home or something like that. Right? Okay, so 1 to 10, how effective is your vocabulary? Be honest, be brutally honest. Right? Discipline. 1 to 10, how disciplined are you right now in pursuit of your goals? Right, and then last one, let's say the systems. Right, 1 to 10, how clear are you on your systems that run your life? System would be like every day. Do you do a certain set of actions that get you a certain result? Or is your system that, like, every week you do a certain set of actions? Or you have a marketing system or a sales system or whatever, right? Are you clear on your system? So now you have your rating for 1 to 10 on each. Now here's the next part, right? And I'll leave you on this one. Is look at all these and then write out for yourself, what do you then need to go do in order to get it to a 10? Like, get it to a 10. If there's that part of your mind that's like, oh, I could never get it to a full 10. I could only get it to 9, maybe 9.5. It's like, that's a part of you too, that you're just living in fear and doubt, that you can't actually go all out with something. It's just a program that's just running, right? Like, look at life. Does life go all out or does life not go all out? Granted, like, for example, right, these plants, they're growing to the fullest of their ability. Now, the soil could improve, right? Maybe the conditions could get better, but that life within itself is going to the utmost of its ability, right? Is that what you're doing? How do you get this to a 10, right? That ability to go from wherever you're at to a full 10. What actions do you need to take to make that happen? Such as with the vision. Here's an idea, would be grab a piece of paper after this and write down, what is your vision? Like a real, 6-month timeline, even a 6-week timeline, right? Your vocabulary. Write out specifically, what do you need to do? Are there books you need to read? Right, granted, just reading books alone isn't going to be the full answer, but to hear, we can dive deeper on that, watch some of my other videos on that, and building vocabulary with stuff like TechnoTutor or DIP. And then discipline. All right, what does real discipline look like? And make it reasonable for yourself. Don't go expecting that I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow every single day. Don't do that if you haven't been doing that. Now, if you're close to 5 a.m. and you're lacking a little consistency, yeah, you know, look at that. What does it look like to be a 10 in discipline? Last part is systems. I get clear on that. You know, if you aren't using a calendar, you don't trust your calendar, or you have stuff in your calendar and you don't fulfill on it, it's not something that you take seriously, I would look at that. That's a system. All right, so that is a little bit of how the 1% think. And you'd be amazed when you really look up what is the 1% of the world. If you look in the whole world's population, what income does the 1% need? There's an article out there that shows if you're in the top 1% of the entire world, you're making a little over $32,000 a year. So many of you watching this video, guess what? You're already the 1%. Right? So we really got to step up and, you know, let's do something with that. And if you're in the United States or something, right, I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm guessing it's, you know, at least 6 figures is the top 1%. So, you know, let's get to the top 1% of the 1%. Even the top 10% of the 1%, if you can't believe that right now. Right, but that's my whole point. That's all these videos I'm making is training and stuff that I see and stuff that I've learned from my real living experience. And it's worked for me, so I'm sharing it out there. So these are how you get to the 1%, right, and how you think and the habits that you need, and it takes time. Don't expect just to watch this video and it's gonna change your life. But what you can do would be write a little note for yourself and put it somewhere where you're gonna see it day after day after day after day to remind yourself. But then the most important part is once you know what to do, you gotta take action. So that's that. Stay tuned for some more videos. Peace. Hey everyone, so I don't sponsor my videos at all, but I do like to at least say, for those who resonate with the message that I share, I do offer both personal mentorship as well as business mentorship. In personal life, I've made a lot of moves over the past few years. Now I have a beautiful wife, homestead, and all of that. In terms of business, I have one of my companies went from 3K to 30K a month in profit, as well as I have another business that I'm at over 150K this year in investments and things like that. So if that resonates and you want to actually make a positive impact with that type of money, just reach out, send me a message, and we'll chat.